Okay, so now that we have logged into Gradebook, your home page should look similar to this. And one thing before we begin, this up here is the refresh button. Sometimes in Gradebook we need to reload or refresh that page, and so to find that you'll just go up here, and there are times where we need that within Gradebook. All right, we're going to jump right into creating assignments. So if you'll hover over the Gradebook, and when you drop down, we're going to go straight to Gradebook Main. So go ahead and select on Gradebook Main at this time. Once we're here, we're going to see this option here. This has the list of all of the classes that are assigned to you. In this case, there are only the homeroom as well as math, and so we're going to change our focus to math. This is really essential that you put all of your assignments in the correct focus. If you put all of your assignments in homeroom, all assignments will get lumped together and you'll just get one score. Your math and reading and your science and social studies will just be one score. So you want to make sure you're always setting the focus first. So we're setting our focus this time to math, so go ahead and click on math. And you can see I already have one assignment in my math, but I'm going to create a new assignment. So to create a new assignment, I'm just simply going to come over to the plus sign with new, and I'm going to select create new assignment. All right, now that we see the assignment settings, we're going to have to fill out this portion. And at the top here, the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in the assignment name. This assignment is going to be called Fractions 2 of 5 because this is going to be the second in the series of fractions assignments that we have. I can put in the description. It's not necessary, it is optional, but if you do put in a description, that will show up on Parent View. We do also need to go into the assignment type. I'm going to put this one as classwork, and then when I go down to the subject, I again want to make sure that I am putting this in for math. I want to make sure that that is going to all of my math work. All right, the score type. We recommend staying with raw score, then that way you don't have to go through and average any of the assignments. The program will do that for you. However, if you wanted to put it in as a percentage, you could. That is one of your options, but we say to go ahead and stay with the raw score. If I'm going to say that this assignment is worth 10, I'm also going to change my points to also being a 10. Our recommendation is keeping both of these at the same points. All right, I can put in the date of the assignment. This one is going to be on the 23rd. And I can choose if this is a normal assignment, if it's an extra credit, or if it's just something that I want to keep track, but it doesn't really have a grade, I could put that in as well. But this one's a normal assignment, so I'm going to put it in as normal. I want to make sure that it's showing on the parent portal, and this one is really not something that we use, so that we just don't even really look at that at this point in time. All right, down below here, this is really important that we look at this area. We're going to be talking about report card correlations here in just a moment, but I just wanted to show you some of these other tabs that are here. Typically, you don't ever have to look in them, but I just want you to see what's there. The standards correlation, you don't need to do anything in here. This is just something that is part of the program, but you don't ever need to click on that standards correlation. The grading period, you'll just want to make sure that it's set to the correct grading period that you're scoring. And any resources, you don't ever need to go in here as well. So like I said, you never really hit any of these other tabs, but they are there if you wanted to look into any of them. You may every now and again want to make sure the grading period is correct, but typically that's just at the end of the grading period when sometimes you're doing an assignment for the next grading period. All right, the correlations. This is really imperative that you hear this information. This is how you get your scores coming from Gradebook and moving over to your progress reports as well as your report cards. So this correlation is how we break it down and show the different standards within report cards. The first one that you must always select is this top letter grade. So all math assignments that I'm doing, I'm putting together, and I want one large math letter grade that shows all of my work throughout the semester. Now, these are all of the correlations that go along with whatever unit I'm studying right now. So we were talking about how we are adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators. So I'm going to go ahead and select this. Now this correlation is going to show up in my report cards because I have selected this. Again, it will not show up as a correlation in your report cards if you do not have these selected. This must be selected for every assignment. All right, once those are selected, I'm going to go up and I'm going to hit Save Assignment. If I do this drop down, I could say Save and go right away to enter scores, or I could say Save and add another assignment. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit Save and add another assignment because remember mine was 2 of 5. So before I enter scores, I'm going to go ahead and save and add another assignment. It keeps my correlations here, but at the top, it has taken my assignment name off. So this one I'm going to now put fractions 3 of 5. Again, I can put in a description. It has now saved classwork for me. It has now saved math. It has saved the max points as well as my max score as well as points. My date of the assignment is the same. I'm going to move that to another day. Everything else remains the same. My correlations remain the same. And I'm now going to do the same thing, save and add another assignment. The only thing I have to change then is now I have fractions 4 of 5, but everything else has remained the same. I want to put the date is going to be now on the 25th. But everything else is still already in there, has saved all that information. And then I'm going to go to one last one, save and add one more assignment. And I'm now just going to rename this fractions 5 of 5. Everything else has remained the same. I want to change that date to that's now going to be on the 26th. Everything else is the same. My correlations are there. So now I'm going to go ahead and say Save Assignment. Okay? All of those assignments have now been saved, and it's taking me back to Gradebook to show all of those assignments.